my beautiful thick and thinners. I have been under the weather for the last like a week or so, just not really having the best time, but I am feeling a lot better today, and like I guess for the last couple of days really, but it's just I've been focusing on the things that I need to focus on, which is what I always preach to you guys, and I always like to practice it myself. So sometimes that just means that I am a little less active on social media, or less active in like recording and stuff. But I did want to announce the winner of my giveaway, and this person, she is freaking awesome and super inspirational, Miss Andrea. We met through the summer shredding events, and she actually won the transformation challenge, or like the transformation division. And honestly, like, she inspires me every day, and the fact that she did repost and did share my YouTube and is just so open, you know, I just felt like she deserved to have even more things. So I'm sending you some goodies, Andrea, and then I am also going to be giving away like a one more small thing, but I'll get back to that later because I honestly forgot who that person was, who it was that it's going to. So anyways, I just got done doing legs. I'm wearing these Sweet Flex leggings. They actually reached out to me on Instagram, and they wanted to send me these, and they're super comfy. They have resistance bands within the leggings, so that's why you can see these like little lines and stuff. So I've been really enjoying it for my leg days explicitly, because it helps add in additional resistance, and they did give me a code. So if you wanted to get 15% off of it, it's That Girl Squats, which is nice. I am wearing a size 6 because I feel like I don't know what size I currently wear in normal people clothes, but I wanted to make sure that it was going to still fit with my extra like off stage weight. And that actually brings me to the fact that I am averaging about 7 to 10 pounds above stage weight, and we are a month out from my last show. So I'm feeling like I'm getting healthier, but I think that like the added training volume and the added food volume has been the reason, and like also like just regulating my hormones has been the reason why I have been feeling so shitty lately, along with like the added cold weather and just being mentally drained and like with stress and everything. So so all of that kind of adds up, and again, that's why I always like to preach to you guys to fill up your own cups and focus on the important things, but also like not beating yourself up. So like I have definitely fought the urge to beat myself up for not posting as much or as often as I usually do, but I just know that me practicing what I preach is going to do me such a huge favor, and then also hopefully you guys can follow suit too, and learn and grow with me, you know. But anyways, so I just got done doing legs, and I just got to Trader Joe's, which I am going to share with you some of my stuff. I feel like I always bring in food, but again, it is such a huge passion for me, and food is one of the, nutrition in general is like one of the biggest caveats to the fitness and health lifestyle. And again, I always say this in almost every episode, is if you enjoy what you consume, the chances of you following that plan is going to be so much higher. And that's why I think it's important for me to share with you guys like all of the yummy foods that I do get, and for you to try, or at least give you some ideas, and realize that like being healthy and quote unquote shredded or jacked or whatever you want to say, snatched, all of those adjectives, they can be fun and they can be enjoyable, and they don't have to be broccoli and unseasoned chicken and rice to get you results. You can have delicious shit. So I'm not gonna stop sharing with you all of my foods, but later on in this video I am going to be sharing with you a recipe, whoop whoop, of my recent pumpkin blondies that I made, and then I'm also going to show you guys how to properly use a food scale. So I'm excited. Let's get into it. And if you watch Taylor Ray, I'm gonna stop jibber jabbering, but I had to stop in one more time before I go into the store and say like and subscribe so I can continue doing these amazing giveaways. And I will see you soon. Okay, bye. The goodies. Welcome back, you guys. I am so excited to have you in the kitchen with me once again. If you couldn't tell, it is my favorite place to be because I love food and I love to bake, and I have a lot of things coming. It is actually Wednesday, December 7th, the day that I'm posting this video. I did record a ton of content for you guys with my bestie Katie Pickle, but whenever I did it, things just didn't pan out because like my brain was in the moment with Katie and I didn't quite make the blondies quite right. So I wanted to do it right with you guys, just one-on-one, and then next week you'll see all of the other thick and thin recipes that we have for you. Today's been a busy day. It was a lot busier than I expected, but Courtney, so 210 Court Fit, has her first ever bodybuilding competition this Saturday at Battle of Texas, along with Loretta and Ashley Summers and some other amazing women. I know like Kenzie Vance is gonna be there too, and like some just all around amazing athletes that I am so excited to watch, and I'm so sad that I'm not going to be there. But that being said, Courtney's first ever show, and she asked if I could help her with some post-show goodies, and I knew that I wasn't going to be able to go there physically, which would have been awesome, but I got my shit together and I was able to make it for her before she leaves to Dallas tomorrow in the morning. So I'm really excited. I ended up making some Fruity Pebble Rice Krispies, some Cinnamon Toast Crunch treats, some Fruity Pebble sugar cookies with cream cheese Fruity Pebble frosting, and I also did a brownie bar. It was like a brownie ooey gooey bar. And so I did that, and then along with a Costco haul, which I'll be sharing with you guys as well. But it's just been quite a bit, along with like my classes that I've been doing. So very, very busy day. So that's why this video is coming up a little bit late. But I still wanted to get the shit that I promised in this video done. So that being said, we're gonna talk about some ingredients. So I got the inspiration from Zach Ruccolo. I don't know how to say his last name. The Flexible Dieting Lifestyle. There are so many recipes that I find on TikTok and everything that I get inspiration from, but most of the time I don't have all of the ingredients. So I use these recipes and I make the changes where I need to. So that is why I like to share it with you guys, and then maybe you guys can get inspired to do the same thing, because you can't always just like go to the store and grab shit. Sometimes you just gotta use what's in your pantry. And even though I do have like flour and stuff, like for this recipe exclusively, like that was, the cream of wheat was just one of my substitutions that I used, along with like my proteins and everything like that. But what you will need is, I'm using an air fryer and I'm also using a silicone mold. I talk about this in my future video that's going to come out, but the reason why I like using silicone molds is that you don't have to worry about like buttering it or like greasing it up to make sure it doesn't stick, especially whenever it comes to protein based like recipes and stuff. They're just a little bit more stiff, and then they tend to stick to like metal a little bit more. So like the typical, like, even though it says a non-stick pan, it still sticks, and it's not as fun to like get out, and then you're just like leaving your macros in the pan that you don't want. So that's why I use this. I also don't have any qualms about like leaving the batter on the top whenever I'm like scraping it off and stuff. So you'll see it, like, my recipes are made with love, and I'm not a professional, even though I wish I could be. I watch a lot of baking shows, but I'm definitely not quite there. But I guess that's also like why I started to record with you guys. And in the future, these will be a little bit more organized and everything like that. But for now, we're just gonna have fun and be in the kitchen together. So mold, whatever that looks like to you, I would highly suggest silicone molds. But again, if you use what you have, right? Other things that, like, if you like, this is great. I also have like little egg bites that I use for my Instant Pot. It's also a silicone mold, but a normal pan is fine. Just make sure that you put it in, like, make sure you do a ton of like non-stick spray and stuff. You will also need a food scale, some cream of wheat, a protein of your choice, or two. So I'm going to be using two different proteins. I'm going to be using a collagen protein and then a whey isolate. I am also going to be using pumpkin puree, and I have some sugar-free Jell-O pudding, some maple syrup. This is the Walden Farms pancake syrup, and it's 0 calories. You can use normal syrup if you have it. You could also decide to skip it. You could use like this, what are these, sugar-free syrups, or you can just use straight stevia, or regular sugar. Doesn't really matter. You can make the recipe as thick as you want or as thin as you want. Just have fun. Again, I said baking powder already, right? And then the last time I made them, I added in, what are these called? Marshmallows. And I might do it again just because, like, today, like I said, I went to the store. I went to H-E-B and Costco because I like to make all of Eli's coworkers baked goods every Christmas, and yeah, so I had to get a ton of my baking good stuff, so I'm ready. So now I literally have like bags and bags of marshmallows. The last time I did this recipe, I used mussel egg, but you can also use just a regular egg, and I'm gonna try it with just a normal egg this time. If you don't have cream of wheat, you can substitute it out for flour. I think I said that earlier, but I just want to make sure I said that again. And then something else that you can add to the recipe is regular baking chips or the Lily's white baking chips. The Lily's baking chips are lower in calories. For a serving, it's 4 grams of fat, 9 grams of carbs, and that's it, and 3 grams of fiber. So if you want to use it, you can use it, but it's not necessary, it's just optional. Okay, so the way that, and I also have my reds and greens here, don't mind me. I wanted to show you guys 2 ways that you can measure out things on to your scale. Especially whenever it does come, like this is an older pumpkin can, and I need 100 grams of protein or 100 grams of pumpkin puree, but obviously I need to just scrape as much as I can out of this, and you want to make sure that you're getting the most accurate number. So that's why I put it on the scale and I zero it out here, and then so whenever I take it off, or like whenever I scrape as much as I can right here, whatever gets onto my spoon and stuff like that, that is the exact amount that I'm taking away from the can. You know, I don't know if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. I never know the proper way to describe it. But, so I took as much as I could, and that's 51 grams. So now I need to open up, and don't mind my definitely used scale. Another way that you can do it is, so you saw that I took it out and then I put it back on, but you could also do it the other way, which is putting the utensil that you are going to be having the whatever contents that you want, like, so the bowl that you're going to be pouring into. So you put the bowl down onto the scale, then you zero it out. So it says 0 right here. And now I'm just going to try to get 49 grams worth of puree in here. And I did it. So that's another way that you can measure out your stuff. But you see how there's still extra onto the thing. So technically, if you wanted to be 100% like nitpicky, like that, like there might be like another gram on this spatula, but if it just kind of depends on like how, what is the word? How accurate you want to be. So this is 100 grams of pumpkin puree. And with this recipe, I just mix everything together, which is really nice. And it kind of makes things easy. So then I'm going to put a serving, which is 33 grams of cream of wheat. So I'm just pouring it in. I zeroed it out, and that's how I know, like, as soon as I get to 30, I'm going to pull back. And I did exactly 33, which is perfect. Then I am going to do my egg. I'm just gonna put this in here. Just out of convenience again. Like I said, you could decide to use egg whites if you didn't want the extra fats. I dropped an eggie. So just pro tip, sometimes whenever you reach to grab your little egg, the egg shells, it will run away from you. But I learned whenever I did culinary classes in high school if you use, I just need to find the eggshell that I dropped. If you use another eggshell, it'll like magnetize towards it. So then it makes it easy for you to grab it. And ta-da, I grabbed it. I don't know what it is. It must be some type of like enzymes or something that like gets it together, but I'll be right back. And like I said, I'm not trying to be a professional right now. I want to be as real and as authentic with you as possible. So yeah, we're going to make some mistakes. What is it? Hannah Montana said, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has bad days. Something like that. I don't know. Don't mind me. So I'm putting 30 grams of my whey isolate. It's about a scoop, so you could do that too. And then I'm gonna do 2 scoops of my collagen, which is technically 18 grams. I'm gonna zero it out again just to see. Perfect. Then I am going to put in 2 grams of baking powder. And then I'm gonna open up the Jell-O because I haven't opened it yet. And then I'm gonna put 2 grams of that in here. And since it's such a like a small amount of grams, like you can go up to like 2. You know, it's easy. So like since I was at 20 grams, I added another 2. Which made it 22, and then adding another 2 was 24. So, yeah, I don't know if that makes sense. That's just what I had right there. So that's why I didn't keep like zeroing out my stuff. So I grabbed another thing of Walden Farms just in case I run out. But we got 30 grams. Oh, that was perfect. That was seriously perfect. I don't know how I keep doing this. It's because I'm a professional. Not really, but yeah, so those are it. Like I said, you can add in, I am going to add in a little splash of these. And then if I need to add in a little bit, like if it's too liquidy, I will add in some more Jell-O pudding to add in some extra flavor. I do like adding in the sugar-free Jell-O pudding just because it gives it more of a like thicker consistency. It's like it uses it as a binding agent and it makes it a little bit more creamy. And again, like I said, you could technically mix all this up into a bowl. You could have separated them by wets and dries, which would be like all of the powdery stuff. But this one, I like to have fun with, and I also don't want to have to do all the dishes because I'm doing this recipe super late and I've been baking all day, so I am just getting this done for you. And then it has a nice, just thicker than pancake batter. It's almost like a Dairy Queen. Like, did you guys ever go to Dairy Queen and like they did the blizzard test on you? It should kind of stick there, just like that. But definitely don't try to like turn your baking sheet upside down because you don't want to make a mess on the floor. But it is just a little thicker than pancake batter. I guess it kind of depends on like what your preference is, right? It's that thick. But then this would be the time where you can add in your lilies. This is where you can add in your marshmallows. I guess I will add in something. I'll add in some. It's a pumpkin. Oh, I almost forgot. How could I forget? How can I forget? Pumpkin pie spice on your pumpkin pie blondie. I'm gonna just add in enough. And then I'm also gonna just mix that in there. This is kind of what happened in the last video. I just kept forgetting things, and then your girl's a ditz. A dunce, a ditz, whatever you want to call it. And then I'm gonna add in a serving of these is 30 grams, so I'm gonna add in 15 grams. It's just an extra 12 carbs. Basically, oh, that's cute. Every single little marshmallow is essentially, or every gram of marshmallow is essentially a carb. And then we'll just put those bad boys in there. We'll hide a couple of them, and then we'll put a couple on the top. And then I don't know if you guys like it, but I like it. I like to have a little bit of sweet and salty vibes. So I'm just gonna do a couple cracks of salt. Then you're gonna pop it into the air fryer at 375 for about 10 minutes. And then that's that. I'll show you a video of them done from the last time. But thank you guys so much for watching. I am super excited. I love you guys so much. I really am working very hard to get onto this YouTube grind and trying to be as consistent as I can, which is again the reason why I knew I needed to retry this recipe on camera with you and like explain a little bit more. Next time it might be a little cleaner. Maybe it won't be. I don't know. Does it freak you out that I have all of this stuff right here, or does it actually make you feel like you're in the home with me? I am curious. Because I don't know, I really want to touch as many of you guys as possible, and I want to be as relatable as possible, and I want you guys to know that I'm as human as you guys too. And I think this is the best opportunity to grow a community and be authentically myself, so then you can be authentically yourself too. So again, I appreciate you all so much. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. I am going to be posting even more videos. The next video will be with Miss Katie Pickle. And then I will also finally sit down and talk about the freaking show. Because I posted all of my show day videos and I just haven't talked about it, or like talked about all the other things that we have done in the last month. A lot's happened. And then other things are happening. Because we are leaving to Vegas next weekend to go to the Olympia. Ow, ow! Let me know if you're going. And then after that, we're going to go to Mexico, or we're going to fly into Guadalajara and then stay in Puerto Vallarta and like go to Eli's family ranch in Jalisco for Christmas Eve and New Year's. So we'll be spending time there. And I'm just so thankful and grateful for this year, and I'm thankful for you guys and like allowing me to share my life. There's a lot of good things, and then there have been some other bad things that have happened that I do want to share with you and like open up with you. But like, again, I've just been kind of like grinding through it and getting through it as much as I can. And processing before I could process with you guys and be vulnerable with you guys and everything like that. So I will stop jibber jabbering, but I love you all so much through thick and thin. And don't forget, yes, I can. You can do it all. You can be strong. You can be a professional. You can do this. Whatever this means to you, whether that's fitness or your entrepreneurial dreams or moving out of state or leaving your company, whatever that is for you, you can do it. And I believe in you. So until next time, I'll see you next time. Bye.